Hello. I am equal parts excited and terrified today. Sci-fi is a genre that I don't particularly excel in. I will admit that it's not really a genre that I'm very inclined to read about. I think because I'm a dumb person. But this particular book is the sci-fi book in the reading community these days, right? Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I'm doing such a good job working immediately through my recent book purchases. I'm so proud of myself. I said this on my book haul video, but I'm gonna say it again. My intrigue for this book really catapulted because of Dear Reader's review. She gave this 5 stars. She loves this book and even called it her best book of the year so far. I'm not sure if that's still accurate because she also really loves Song of Achilles. Anyway, I can't wait. I want to start this right now. I want to read the first chapter now. Sci-fi. Yeah, let's expand our reading horizon and grow as readers. I am only this far along. I'm 70 pages in. I told myself that I'd probably give it 100 pages before I give out my first comments, but I'm only 70 pages in. And it's already breaking my heart. I'm already this invested. I've found myself tearing up about 2-3 times already. Page 70 is where I am right now. It's already making me This is going to break my heart, isn't it? This is really going to make me sob, right? So good. This is going to be a sci-fi tearjerker. I'll continue reading. So I just finished chapter 12 and I thought I'd quickly pop in for an update. If you know what happened to the end of chapter 12, you know. I was meaning to give an update when I officially reached the halfway mark of the book. but the end of chapter 12 is just so good to not give you an update real time. I'd been emotional on my last update, and I'm still emotional right now. Have I expected that a sci-fi book can do this to me? Project Hail Mary is a perfect book coming to me at a perfect time in my life right now. I don't want to disclose any specific details, but life is still kind of rough to me, and what's happening to Ryland Grace is just something that resonates so deeply in me. By the way, can we talk about Ryland Grace and how likable this protagonist is? Probably one of the best protagonists in recent memory. I like this man so much. Why is he so funny? His dynamic with Rocky. Rocky is also extremely likable. Oh my goodness. What is this book doing to me? Rocky and Ryland. They're so charming. I'll gather and collect my thoughts better on my wrap-up review once I finish this book, but at least for now, what I want to tell you, last night was a very difficult night for me. It's the kind of night where you just don't see yourself waking up anymore. And I read this part. Oh, thank God. I can't imagine explaining sleep to someone who had never heard of it. Hey, I'm going to fall unconscious and hallucinate for a while. By the way, I spend a third of my time doing this, and if I can't do it for a while, I go insane and eventually die. No need for concern. I I was having such a hard time, and that part made me laugh. I'll read some more and I'll talk to you later. Hello. I feel perkier at the moment because I'm feeling better. That's a good thing about things in life being fleeting and temporary, right? If good things come to an end, so do bad things. I just always need to remind myself of that basic knowledge. But also, I'm feeling better because I'm having such a wonderful time with Project Hail Mary. I'm this far along. I have exactly 100 pages left before I wrap up this book, and so good. If the last couple of clips are not enough testaments yet to how deeply immersed I am with this plot, let me just talk to you briefly about everything that I'm loving so far with Project Hail Mary, okay? In case I haven't raved about it properly yet, can we just appreciate Andy Weir's spectacular science fiction storytelling? Over the years, I admit I've harbored this kind of internal prejudice against science fiction authors because they're either too condescending to get up from their high horses, or they're too patronizing to trust their reader demographic, to believe in them, that they can grasp the stories that they're trying to tell, so they tone it down. Andy Weir is neither of those. I love it so much that he really utilized and aligned the storytelling to the voice of his protagonist, who is a science teacher, in such a way that the plot flows through with such education and warmth. He's gonna go all science on you without worrying that you can't keep up, so you must keep up, because he believes that you will be able to keep up. Therefore, it feels very empowering as a reader, because I feel so compelled that I can match the level of intellect, because it doesn't look down on me, and Andy Weir believes I can appreciate this kind of confidence. Also, I want to geek out about something quite spoilery, but I don't think you'll get it anyway until you have proper context of what's going on in the plot. Also, first of all, how do you even pronounce that? Is that astropage? 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 What's the proper pronunciation? I'm just gonna call it astropage, okay? Just because, but correct me if I'm wrong. So, the moment when they were dangling towards Planet Adrian to get some samples, because they want to determine if there are predators in Planet Adrian that, that eats up astropage. From that point, when the astropage fuel in their ship started acting hornily, so they're being driven to gravitate towards Planet Adrian in order to breed, right? Because that's what they're compelled to do. From that point onwards, I've been very conscious about how astropage react to things. So the moment when they finally were able to determine the predator, which is what they call the Taumiba, right? My first initial reaction when they discovered that was, oh my goodness, you have Taumiba in your ship. That's so dangerous because astropage is your fuel. That was my initial reaction. But then they moved on, and I thought, maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe I'm just so concerned about the wrong things. Okay. And then the lights went out, the generators went offline, and when they had a look, it's because the Taumiba is confirmed to be impacting their astropage fuel. So imagine how gratifying that felt to me as a reader, because my hunch is correct. That means my brain is braining? Yeah, that's just really me gloating that I'm grasping, I'm aligning, I'm understanding the science that's taking place. I'm so proud of myself. That's it. 100 pages to go. Exciting. I'm sure I'll have an even greater time. Talk to you later. I finally finished Project Hail Mary. And I think before I tell you the rest of my final thoughts about this book, as if it's not clearly obvious that this is a 5-star book for sure, let me tell you that the one promise that dear reader has given me prior to me starting this book, okay? She told me this is a great friendship story. And you know what? She lied. Sis, you lied. You lied, sis. This is not a great friendship story. This is majestic, phenomenal, unforgettable, historical, marvelous. Insert every adjective here. I already talked about how Ryland and Rocky are such lovable, likable characters. And this book is such prime testament to why I gravitate, pun intended, why I prefer likable characters, good characters. Don't get me wrong, I love flawed characters as well, okay? It's just that there's something about good people, good characters, whose stories are about them being treated harshly by society or about the universe being unfair to them, that just blows my mind and steals my heart every single time. This is why, okay? This is why. I only know of people raving and praising and loving this book, but I haven't really watched anything in depth about the analysis of the contents of the plot. So probably there are already people who have made this kind of analysis. Probably the reader has discussed this particular thing that I'm going to talk about. By the way, I'm going to put a link down below for her video review of Project Hail Mary. Definitely check that out. I just can't get over how, towards the final chapters of the book, spoilers by the way, okay, spoilers. I can't get enough of how there was a moment during Ryland's final day on Earth that Miss Ma'am Strat, talked to him in private and told him how she studied history in college. And in an attempt to justify her decision and her action to Ryland, she talked about how throughout centuries, decades, years, the history of wars and chaos and mayhem within mankind has been driven by something as primal and as basic as food. And then ultimately, what set the difference to Ryland's decision towards the ending is exactly that. The availability and the shortage of food supply. The brilliance, the cleverness, the perfection of the parallel of those two. And this book has the audacity to give me my favorite type of endings. Okay? This is my favorite type of endings. Heartbreaking, yet hopeful. I'll probably think about Project Hail Mary for a long, long time. I probably would always think about it every now and then. What an unforgettable reading experience. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope April has been amazing, kind, and beautiful for you. If not, then let's hope for a better May. See you in my next reading vlog.